Just before the video starts, if you guys like what you see here, whether it's your first or maybe your second or third video, then please do consider subscribing. Have a look at the graph on screen right now. As you can see, there's a lot more people watching that aren't subscribed than are subscribed, and I really would love to get to 15,000 subscribers by the new year. So with your help, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do that. Drop a sub, drop a like if you enjoy. Onto the video. Thank you very much. Well guys, the title is not a lie by any means. It is completely true. I am essentially going to be relearning MX bikes. To give you a little bit of background, I've been pretty down bad in the last few races that I've done. You guys haven't seen it because I haven't been recording them. Sorry, it's the PDMX races that happen late at night. But I've just really struggled to find any sort of flow and get around the track well at all. And a lot of my crashes seem to either be tucking the front end or sliding out the back end. Now, I usually would put that down to just me trying to go too fast, but I raced last night in PDMX and I really was making a conscious effort to try and be smooth and not try and push too far into corners and be easy on the front end under braking and things like that. And essentially what I've put it down to is not using the rider left and right lean. Now, a lot of you know that I don't use it. I haven't used it for a very long time, and for the most part it does okay. I feel like you can definitely be fast without it. Obviously I've won enough races, mostly supercross races though, where it's not too important. But I feel like it's got to the point now where it's a part of the game that I'm not utilising, and I really should be using it. Now, let me just explain what I mean when I say I don't like it. So, if I don't use rider lean and I turn corners, it looks like so. If I do use rider lean to weight the outside peg when I turn, can you see how much, like, this is just leaning? You see how, like, the front end moves about underneath me? And I always find that a little bit harder to kind of work out where your front wheel is on the track, harder to spot the ruts. And it just really puts me off. It makes me feel like I can't be as smooth as I can be. And that's why to this point I haven't used it. I feel like I've kind of got no option now but to try and almost relearn the game, spend a lot of time on it and try and work it out. If I play in third person, then the rider lean, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. It makes no difference to the camera angle at all. It just helps a lot, and personally I think it makes the whips and scrubs look a whole lot cooler. So in that regards it's fine. However, I don't really want to be racing in third person yet. Chess cam doesn't have that issue at all. It's absolutely fine. The issue that I always have with chess cam is I struggle to gauge how far leant over I am in the corners, so a lot of the time I will end up front tucking for the pure reason that I'm leant over too far. And I also don't like how the front end moves about, so I can't see how high my front end is or how low it is, for example. Which leaves me with the last camera, the camera that I usually ride in, which is this one. But I feel like I'm just going to have to put in the time and get used to it. I feel like it's one of them things that I need to bite the bullet, sacrifice being slow for a while, and then hopefully I'll come out the other end of it and be like a moderate pace, I hope. That is the goal. I really notice being at a disadvantage, especially on flat tracks. I cannot get leant over as far, and one thing I've noticed in the small time of trying to use this rider left and right lean is just how far you can lean over while still stood up and still keep traction. Like this whole corner here, I can stand up, weight the outside peg and crank it over, whereas before I would have to be sat down there. I wouldn't have an option, because if I was stood up and not using my rider lean, I generally wouldn't be able to get around the corner without slowing down a lot, just because of the lean angle. So it's going to be a learning process. I'm going to try and commit to it. If I get a month down the road and I'm still maybe 5 seconds off of my lap times, I might just have to resort back to my old method of not using rider lean at all. But I don't know, it's one of them things that is genuinely frustrating me going into races and making all these silly mistakes and crashes that probably could be avoided if I played the game how it's meant to be played and played it properly, without eliminating a pretty important mechanic. So overall, the places where it will help me improve is, one, in high speed corners, rough corners, so the standing up and leaning over them will definitely help rather than sitting down to get the bike turn. Staying low on jumps, scrubbing will be a whole lot easier. I notice that a lot of the time my scrubs I go a lot higher than everybody else because I can't get the bike as flat as you can with using the right lean and weighting the outside peg. And I'm just going to put in the hours really. I'm going to start off on the easy tracks, the tracks that I know like the back of my hand. I mean, my best lap around Washougal normally, without using the rider lean, is a 47, I believe, and that's on a 125. Now, I'm on a 55 right now, on a 250. Granted, it's the RM. Everyone knows the RM's not amazing. It is a bit heavy, and I'm pretty sure I have crashed every lap, but a 155 is not ideal. I'm sorry to those of you that are probably happy with a 155, but if we're going off of like pro times, you really want to be under 150s. So I'm actually going to see if I can put a lap in right now. Maybe not set the world on fire, just get around the track, see how I do. So I stood up in that corner there. And that's another corner that I wouldn't be able to stand up on without the rider lean. I would have just gone straight over it because I can't lean over enough. But I've stood out once. Let me see what I can do. One thing I've noticed already that I almost get like a false sense of security in some of these flat turns. I think, right, I can just gas here without shutting off at all because I'm waiting the outside peg and it won't slide, but it does still slide. I just need to relearn what that limit is because previously it was purely all based on throttle control for me, not so much lean angle, because I know what my lean angle is, and it was just a case of how much throttle do I want to give it before the bike slides out. So now I just need to relearn that. One thing that you might see, which might annoy some of you, but I'm sure I'll slowly fix over time, is even if I'm going in a straight line, I tend to be leaning to the left still. It's purely just how I hold the controller all this time. For some reason, even when I go back and watch the controller overlay in videos that I've done, the controller will always be, or the right hand log stick will always be slightly to the left, even if I'm trying to lean all the way back. I'm hoping I'll fix it over time, but yeah, I mean, I can't, for some reason I don't have full control over my thumbs. Like, I'm trying to lean back here, but you can see it's still slightly to the left. I have no idea what that is. Don't know if it's because I play claw or my hands at a slightly funny angle compared to normal or what, but I'm hoping with time that will go away. I'm 4 seconds up right now, so I'm near that 150 that I wanted. I don't know if I can gain another half a second or so before the finish line, see if I can get a 150. Oh, it's a little bit sketchy there. This is going to cost me a bit of time. This last corner is always a bit of a lap killer. Oh no, but I am 5 seconds. That should be a 49 there. Yeah, 49. Okay, no, you know what? Washougal was a very easy track, but to start things off, that's a pretty good confidence booster, I'd say. I feel like the world record on this is something like crazy, like a 45. I feel like Chicken has it. Long ways off that, but who knows? Maybe in the future I'll be able to. And I feel like if I get to a point where I'm comfortable on the if I get to a point where I'm comfortable using rider lean, then I feel like it will just improve my speed overall. So I feel like using this will give me the potential to be quicker and then potentially be more consistent and just not struggle so much, especially when the track gets rough and the front end's prone to tuck in. I feel like weight in the outside peg will be a huge advantage, and it's something that it's really affecting me in the races. It's making me not enjoy the races as well. I've rage quit the last 2 rounds. I rage quit both motos yesterday, and last week I rage quit the first moto and never came back for the second one. So it does mean I'm actually banned for, well, as the rules say, I'm not actually banned just yet, but I should be banned for 2 weeks for leaving the races 2 weeks in a row, which, not the end of the world. I'm away next week anyway. I'm going to visit my girlfriend, and then the week after that I think it's the last round of the season, but I'm not in any sorts of points contention at this point, so it's really not the end of the world. Best case scenario as well is I get to go to bed at hopefully a normal time rather than staying up until 1:30 in the morning and being really tired for work the next day, and it will just give me a little bit of time to practice with these settings as well, thankfully, and I think I need it. I'd be in Struggle Town if I was just to show up to a race and try these new settings out, and yeah, it wouldn't be a very fun time anyway. Overall, that will do it from me. Very short video, but I just want to let you guys know. As far as videos go, obviously the upload rate and things like that won't change, but just expect me not to be as fast as I have been in previous videos. Hopefully you don't mind. Obviously the camera looks a bit different. The actual camera settings themselves haven't changed. It's still exactly the same FOV. It's the same tilt and all of that stuff in the settings. It's purely the fact that I'm now leaning side to side that means the bike moves around a lot more than usual. And hopefully you don't mind that. I'll still throw in some third-person gameplay every now and then. If you're one of those people coming in telling me to play in the other camera, I don't know what to suggest. Like I try and mix it up as much as I can. I can't please everyone. I do apologise. And another thing I did just want to say is there'll be no more MXGP 2021 content on this channel. The day that the game came out, I recorded 5 videos. I uploaded all 5 of them on the day they came out, and they were spread out day after day. I saw, even on day 2, how much those video views died down. Day 1 done amazing, it was really good. Day 2 just hit the floor, and every day after that was even worse than that. And I've actually asked for my game to be refunded now. I think I had 3 hours total, so they probably won't refund me. I think they usually have the cut-off at 2 hours. But it's just not a fun game. I thought I'd try and get on the hype whilst it was there, but there's no longevity in that game at all. It's very stale. I got bored of it after literally 2.5, 3 hours, and obviously you guys don't enjoy watching it either, so no more content of that. Back to MX Bikes only for the time being, maybe a little bit of sim thrown in there, and my only plans on differentiating from games at this point will be when Supercross 5 comes out. I'll play Supercross 5, see how that goes, see what the viewership is like on that, and then I will do exactly the same on Legends as well when Legends eventually comes out. There's no set release date for that. I know Supercross 5 is meant to be early next year, but hopefully when Legends is meant to be coming out. Looking at the gameplay that got released a while back, it looks very early build. I mean, people's hands weren't even touching the handlebars. That's how early it was. So fingers crossed they are better than MXGP. From what I saw on the MXGP Steam page, some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. I feel like it's a 50-50 split. For me, it's not ideal. These games have so much more potential. That MX Bikes is such an underrated game, and I would go as far to say that some of the tracks that we have on this game actually look better than the MXGP 21 games, and of course the physics in this game are 10 times better as well. I generally don't think I've ever ridden a track in my life where both front wheel and back wheel are just constantly pushing out in every corner and never actually feel like you're sticking to the floor. I don't even know what it feels like riding on, but it's not natural by any means. The rider model, I'm pretty sure, was modelled after Kenda Dyker. He's like 10 feet tall, and yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how 1- and 2-man developing teams like JLV and then Pavoso and whoever Pavoso works with as well, I'm not too sure, I do apologise, can make a better game with better physics and more accessibility to people than these AAA titles do. I will never know. But that's my little rant over. No more MXGP, which I'm sure a lot of you will be happy about. I did just want to say before the video ends, thank you for all of the support recently. There's been a lot of new subscribers to the channel. I keep saying that my goal is to get to 15,000 by the new year, and I've worked out and we only need about 30 a day at this point, so it's really good, really positive stuff, so thank you ever so much for that, and I'm pretty certain we can make it. So if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, it would really mean a lot. And if you are new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet and you like what you see, please do subscribe. I post every single day, and yeah, we've just got a really nice community here, really nice people, really supportive people, and that'll do it from me. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you guys are up to, until I catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Got bad shit all up in my mind right now. Fuck it, give me a minute and I'ma let it all out. I don't give a shit about an opinion, be another dimension when I wake up. Bitch, it's time to fill the cup. Got no fucking love, I feel so stuck on my luck. Get fucked.